Greetings!
And welcome back to Cottage.
In this video we are very excited to be sharing a little thrift haul with you all.
Exciting.
And we've been to a couple really good thrift stores, estate sales, antique stores recently, and we picked up some really charming treasures that we can't wait to show you.
But first, in case you're new here, my name is Jonas.
And I'm Lindsay.
And we would love for you to subscribe and join the Cozy Cottage Club.
So we're excited to have a cozy time with you all, and if you haven't already, pour yourself a cup of tea and let's get started, shall we?
Cheers!
Cheers!
So why don't we begin with these cups?
Yes! They're
Um,
so cute.
they look very rustic in a way. Can you tell us about them?
So excited to find these at Goodwill because I was actually looking around online for something just like this, and then it's always the best when you just can find it in person, and for like $1 each, I think. And what is the little pattern on the front?
I mean, it's floral. I believe it's violet. I should not pour this over myself now. It says violet.
It does! And it says made in Japan, so I'm not exactly sure how old it is, but it is so cute.
I like this size. It's not too big, and it kind of gives the impression that you get more cups when you drink coffee or tea.
Plus I love this size because it's kind of halfway between a teacup and a mug, and it's really nice and easy to hold in your hand. So while we have our nice cup of tea, maybe we could talk a little bit about why we haven't done a thrift haul on our channel in a very long time. When we first moved into the cottage, we didn't have anything, and so we really had to thrift a lot to just build it up to where it is now. But in the last couple of years, it's been at a point where we just find little things here and there. We don't go crazy. But recently we just found a lot of things that were too good to pass up. Plus we decluttered a lot. So we let go of a lot of things so we could bring new thrifted things into our lives that bring us joy. So anyway, we just want to explain that really quick because I kind of have a problem with the word haul. I don't want to promote overconsumption because the whole point of thrifting is that it's great for your wallet and great for the environment, and you find really beautiful little treasures too. So anyway, shall we continue with the thrift haul?
Yeah, I'm very curious.
Okay. Oh.
I mean, I know the stuff we bought, but still I'm so curious.
So why don't we start with this big old basket? What could be inside? Take one out. Careful.
What do we have here? I guess this comes in two.
Yes. And get a little ASMR going here.
It's very exciting, this.
Yeah.
This is cute.
This is probably my favorite thing, actually.
And you especially, you love teacups.
I do. So this little teacup is so precious because I actually found it when I was with my mom. So that was really special. And she got a matching kind of springtime one too. And isn't it crazy because you had just been looking at teacups on eBay, hadn't you?
I thought I was going to surprise you with a teacup. When you later showed me this one, I realized it's the same teacup I was so close to purchase.
So it makes it even more special that I got to find it in person. And I was with my mom, so I just love to, every time I look at it, just remember that.
I can't say that I remember what's in here.
Yeah?
I think it was something you picked up, and they match.
They do! So these are really sweet. Little berries on the front.
And this is not Sperry Farm.
It's from Knott's Berry Farm,
And
California.
That's kind of nice that we found this here because you grew up in California.
Exactly. And I loved going to Knott's Berry Farm. So
Mm.
this is very sweet. That's probably why this is probably a boysenberry or something on the front. Lately I've just been such a sucker for anything with like a nature motif on it, especially if we have those things around the cottage. Speaking of which, there's like this really cute plate that we picked up at Goodwill. And what does it have on it? Let's see.
It has a little bit of everything.
Butterflies.
Is that violets? I think you're holding it upside down to begin with.
Okay, well,
Or is that...
it's like a very continuous
I think
pattern.
it's meant to look... It's meant to look down at.
It's very genius, actually.
Mm.
It says on the back, garden bloom. And that's exactly what it made me think of. I thought it reminded me of like a cottage garden.
Speaking of gardens, have you seen a lot of bees lately?
Yes, even one flew into the cottage the other day.
How nice. And which is perfect because this is something you picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain what it is?
Okay, this is the one thing in the video that I got online and not at a thrift store. But it's too cute not to share again. I know I mentioned it in our spring decorating video. But they're little bee cottages. Beehive cottages, I mean. How much more cottagecore does it get than that?
I feel that the salt and pepper shaker makers are always so creative.
Yeah.
Like a beehive cottage. It's brilliant.
Yes. And this one is a little honey jar and it has the tiniest little spoon. It's just so cute.
And this is another little beehive candle.
Real beeswax candles can be really expensive sometimes. But that's why I was so happy when I found this little one for next to nothing at an estate sale.
From bees, I think it's the most natural thing to go to bunnies. And we have a very exciting little bunny here that we found. A little thumper.
Thumper! From Bambi.
And he came to us in a most special way. Won't you say?
Yes, do you want to tell the story?
So we were in a second-hand store and I browsed through the shelves pretty quick and couldn't really find anything. It's one of those moments when you are at the right spot at the right time, when they just refilled with new stuff that just came in.
I think I asked you if you had looked through all of the knick-knack stuff, and you were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll just take a quick peek. And then I saw Thumper there on the cart.
And as we were waiting in the line to pay, the lady in front of us just said that, oh, that's Thumper, right? It's like, that's a Rembrandt you're holding. You know, that's the same thing.
I could tell she was a little jealous, and she wished she had seen him first. But he's ours. I could also tell he was special because there was a sticker on the side that says Disney Thumper American Pottery Company Los Angeles. And I was like, oh, wow. I mean, the sticker's kind of torn off where it says Disney, but I could tell right away he must be pretty old. So Bambi came out in the early 40s, didn't it? So yeah, it might be right from around then. And we got it for $2. So anyway, that's the story of how Thumper came to live at Cobweb Cottage.
And he's so welcome.
Okay, we found another very sweet teacup at an estate sale. And it's Brambly Hedge.
Why do you like it so much?
Oh, it's just like the ultimate cottagecore little mouse world. They have the coziest little homes and burrows and trees and stuff.
They enjoy the simple things in life.
Yes, they do. So Brambly Hedge has a 4-part children's book series for every season, and this is the autumn one. And what little details do you like on this?
I must say that I like... It looks so cozy here when they are sleeping on the pillow. You can almost feel the softness. And of course all the berries.
And mushrooms.
I like everything with this.
On the bottom of the teacup it says, a series of 4 seasons, cups and saucers from the Brambly Hedge gift collection in 1983. Ooh.
I really like the pie.
It's very cute. So at the estate sale where we found this, it was in an area where there was other nice teacups and teapots, and I thought, oh, I bet they pulled those aside because they're going to be a little more expensive. But as soon as I saw it was Brambly Hedge, I knew I had to at least ask what they wanted for it, and the lady said $4. I could not believe it.
And as I had my gut feeling that this is worth something, I looked into the pricing on eBay, and you can actually get it one for like $75 and up. I see something nice, very maybe a little bit romantic object in a way.
Romantic.
Not in a romantic way, traditional way, more
in a cottage
romanticized way.
Yes.
Imagine pouring some water from this one. Makes everything so much sweet.
Yes, I love this like ceramic pitcher, and I don't know. I think I might put in the bathroom to actually use for water, or
could you put some flowers in it too?
Exactly.
Maybe? So here at the Cover Cottage, we are all into woodland animals, and we were so happy when we could find this little cute owl.
Yeah,
it's a barred owl.
Yeah. So I think we found that at a thrift store, and I'm trying to find more little forest frames like this to go into our bedroom. Okay, so the next thing is a funny little contraption. I came up to you at an estate sale when I found it, and I asked you, do you know what this is for?
I would guess that it's like a mustache trimmer, like when the mustache ends up in a little box here. Like no spill, you know. But I have no clue. You tell us.
I also asked on Instagram if people knew what this was called, and there was a few different names for it, I guess, depending where you live. So I would love to hear what you guys think. You know what? We're not even going to tell you. We're just going to let you guess. This is more your department, Mr. Woodland Library.
Yes. Well,
Look
this
at this
stack. Is one of the first things I usually check out in an estate sale. Like especially if they lived in a bigger house and they have their own library. It's like always a fun to go see what kind of books they had. We found The Wind in the Willows book.
I saw the spine on the shelf and I was drawn to the little leaf design right away. And then I was like, oh, of course, it's Wind in the Willows. And this version is from 1954. So, it's so very charming, isn't it? And we already have our own copy of Wind in the Willows, but I couldn't leave this one behind. It's too sweet.
And this book is a little bit, some kid was find a marker,
drew on it,
drew a little bit on it. Since it has such nice canvas texture, I'm planning to make a Wind in the Willows painting on the cover, and you will be able to buy it if you want at thewoodlandlibrary.com.
Yes. I absolutely love how you restore vintage books that might have a few flaws on it and bring it back to life.
Give them a second chance.
Yeah. So that's why we couldn't leave this one behind. It's just too special. And the next book we found at the estate sale was these fairy tales and stories by Hans Christian Andersen. It's so pretty. It really has that old book smell. Oh, so good. So this is from 1921, and it has the most beautiful illustrations in it. Oh my goodness. What I really love about the artwork in this one is that it has a lot of silhouettes, and that's just one of our favorite things too. Especially if you mix like vintage fairy tale together. Yeah. That's a sweet spot right there. So this is a new treasured one for our little cottage library. And the next book?
This one is, I had never heard of it, but it looks very nice with the pattern here, and the color was green. Always makes me happy. Donegal, it says Donegal Fairy Stories.
Yes.
By Seamus McManus.
Very Irish.
Irish captain, sea captain. And it also have these old, like the silhouettes that you were talking about. It's 1901.
Wow.
Oh. So then we have to be extra careful about this one.
Yeah, I know.
And the next book is special because it's Washington Irving's sketchbook. So it has the Sleep Hollow story, among others. And it's very nice with this signature here. And it's just such a beautiful book in itself.
It's so pretty. And there was a whole set of them.
Yeah.
And I feel so sad that I separated them. I apologize, Washington Irving, I'm so sorry. I hate breaking up a nice set of books, but they're just so big and we just don't have the room for them.
I can tell you that this book is from 1880.
Yes! Oh my gosh, it's so special.
I feel like we should have gloves when we read this one.
I know. And can we talk about how dapper Washington Irving looks?
It seemed to be an earlier portrait of him.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely has the outfit goals for me.
Yeah. So it was towards the end of the estate sale, and they called it like the 5-minute warning. And I asked the man how much he would take for the book, and he at first was like, oh, it's not a part of a set. And I was like, yeah, it is, but unfortunately I can't take them all. And then he's like, oh, well, I don't really want to break them apart. And I was like, oh, you know what? I totally understand. I want to actually keep them together, but I also would really... And he's like, oh, well, I don't want to deprive you from a nice book. And I was like, oh, well, how much? So I was really nervous about what the price was going to be, because I thought he really probably could see the value like I did. And what did he say?
$3.
And I was like, oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, you gotta play it cool then. Like.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So we got a $3 edition of the sketchbook from 1880.
That's great.
It is amazing.
So earlier this year I was lucky to find this one. And this is a book holder, I believe.
Book stand?
Book stand.
Yeah.
And it's in wood, and normally I've only seen like plastic, yeah. And I like this because it's the most perfect way to display your favorite book or like whatever you want to display. And in this case we will demonstrate it by showing you the Secret Garden hand-painted book that I painted, and it's actually for sale if you want it on thewoodlandlibrary.com.
This was one of those books that had like something on the cover and you gave it a whole new life. And oh, The Secret Garden is just so special. We were reading it in our Cozy Cottage book club for March, and it was such a special time, and we are so enjoying the Cozy Cottage book club experience that we're having over on Discord, which is a part of our Patreon. And we thought this would be a good time to mention that we are doing a Beatrix Potter theme for April over in our Cozy Cottage club on Discord. And we will be having a tea party at the end of the month and discuss the reading of the Cottage Tales of Beatrix Potter. And we somehow do not have our own copy of a vintage Peter Rabbit book, and I keep waiting and trying to find it, but it hasn't happened yet. Hopefully soon. Okay, so that was it for books, and we have a few other little paper things that we thought were fun.
So these are not really vintage or anything, but every time I see a stack of greeting cards with envelopes at the second-hand store, I can't help but just buy them, because we do write a lot of cards, and especially for our Patreons in our pen pal tier that always get one handwritten letter a month. In your little delicate hands you have some nice little pictures. What do you have there?
So here's a selection of bird paintings.
They were from an older calendar. Actually 3 calendars with the vintage birds.
So we love calendars that have really beautiful illustrations on it, but it's always hard to know like what to do with them after the year is over. And I got the idea with these ones to cut them out.
They are always like fun to, if you don't know what to do with them, you can always like slip one of them with a letter or just
they're great for just decorating and
have it as a bookmark.
Yeah.
And we are moving over to a little bit more soft chapter now in this video. The linen.
Beautiful linens, yes.
Can we just take a moment to talk about this apple? And why not have an apple hot pad?
I like apple stuff because it makes me just feel more and more like Snow White in the cottage.
Yeah, definitely. And it makes me think of pie and stuff.
So I already showed in our spring decorating video how I got some new lace curtains for the bedroom, and it just like changed the whole feel of it. But I was still waiting to find a few more curtains to freshen up the rest of the cottage, especially in the kitchen. So I was so happy to find these ones. I can't even tell you how long I've been trying to find other kitchen curtains. Because the cottage windows are a very unique size, since the cottage is from the 1920s. It doesn't really fit a lot of curtains that I usually find. I also found this one at Goodwill, And I just love the little lace border at the bottom.
So this is a table runner.
For our little cottage kitchen table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the last little linen we got was from Goodwill.
And if you pause the video here and take a screenshot, you have a perfectly fine desktop for your computer or phone.
So what do you like about this one?
I like the leaves. I like the green color.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I cataloged everything you can like with this.
Anything that reminds me of like an English countryside garden, I love. Okay, so we're almost to the end. We just have a few more items. So what do we have here?
We have a stack of baskets.
Because you can never have enough baskets at a cottage. I've been looking for a nice basket to keep in the car, actually, for any last-minute picnic adventures, foraging adventures.
And it smells very old, like in a good way, of course.
This basket is for a plant.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's nice when it comes with a little liner. And
a little basket for anything you like. How cute would it be to fill this one with egg?
Oh, you're right.
When you go to the store, you just come home with a
fresh eggs.
Basket full of eggs.
My goal is to kind of fill the whole kitchen with little baskets for different storage spaces. So that makes it very cute. Last but not least, we were hoping to share some clothing from our thrift haul, but unfortunately we did not get very lucky with that. I really only found a few cardigans, but I did find this wonderful straw hat. So I'm hoping this will be a nice hat for gardening or going to the farmer's market. There you go.
I look like a pirate.
Yeah.
It's weird how you can look like a garden queen and I look like a pirate.
So I really hope you enjoyed seeing our thrift haul of all the little treasures that we found recently. And you know what? For everyone that we did bring home, we left maybe 3 or 4 behind. And I was thinking maybe it would be fun to do a thrifting with me video sometime soon. Let us know if you'd like to see that, because then I could show you more of the things that we didn't take with us.
And I must say that when we go thrifting, it's not the goal to make the most valuable bargain or anything. It's just to find repurpose old and beautiful things. Mm-hmm. And that's what we like.
Absolutely. We love how all of our little treasures tell a story, and we would love to hear if you have any fun stories of special items that made their way into your life.
Oh boy, I need some more tea, Lindsay.
We need more tea before we can put all this stuff away.
If you haven't already, please subscribe and share this video with a friend. Mm-hmm. The more the merrier.
The more the merrier here in the Cozy Cottage Club. Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
But wait, there's more. It's a week later and I'm almost wearing the same outfit, but that's okay. And we went to the P.O. box today and got some lovely cottagecore surprises that we thought we would include. Okay, so let's sit down here real quick on my phone. So we got a few packages in our P.O. box from our Patreon pen pals, so thank you so much.
Thank you. It really warms our hearts.
I know, we're always so shocked and surprised by that people want to send us things. Mm-hmm. And we never ask for anything, but it's really sweet that they wanted to. Just want to share real quick and say thank you and give them a shout out, because it's because of our patrons that we can make these videos, and we just appreciate their support so much. So why don't we start with Sally's package?
Yeah.
We already opened things, so do you want to hold up?
They were really cute.
Look! Look at these little critters. So cute. Sally sent them with this pretty dragonfly card, and she even wrote a story that goes along with the critters. We haven't read it yet, but I think, Jonas, you should read the first line. The title.
The title is A Little Spring Magic. It was a beautiful springtime day at the Cobble Cottage. The perfect kind of day to enjoy some time out of doors. Smoothing the vintage floral tablecloth out on the soft grass, Lindsay reached into her picnic basket for some pastel-colored depression-wear plates. These will make the perfect place setting for a picnic, she thought.
I can't wait to continue the story.
I know, it's...
That's a good teaser.
It's a 4-page story.
Sally, you're so sweet and creative, and it feels so amazing and fun to hear our names written in the story.
And it really
about
makes
the cottage.
Your effort really makes these come alive more.
Exactly. The next package comes from our Patreon pal, Katie. And she sent us the most wonderful cottagecore spring surprises. I am just blown away by all the thoughtfulness. We've been reading The Secret Garden and Peter Rabbit in the book club, which she's a part of, so I can tell some of the inspiration there. And look at this Snow White makeup palette. I am blown away.
This is a miniature makeup palette. Thank you so much, Katie. It was really a pleasure to open all your thoughtful gifts, and it really put a smile on our faces today.
And a big shout out to Katie because she is one of our executive producers on Patreon. So thank you so much for your generosity and support and being a friend and in the Cozy Cottage Club.
And we got some nice letter from our subscribers too. Like this lovely letter from Port Henry, Andrea and Kyle.
And I got a nice letter from Jenny in Canada, and she wrote in some Swedish too. That's very nice.
Yeah, interesting for me. And we,
of course, from Fiona in Italy, another one of our wonderful nice Patreon pals.
It's always a hoot to read.
Thank you, Fiona.
And Jason Mullins sent me a really nice sketch here.
It's amazing, an original
a really original drawing that I will treasure. It really fits our vibe.
Yes, like a Cop-Up Cottage.
And, yeah, he's on Instagram, so I suggest that you go over to look at his stuff. Mr. Mullins, 1974, one word.
Okay, great.
Once again, bye for now, and thank you all for watching. And to everyone who contributed, you don't have to send letters or gifts. We really appreciate any support. If you share this video with a friend, and I hope you guys have a lovely day.
Yeah, thanks so much for watching once again, and bye for now.
Bye for now.